Dear friends, in our previous lecture, we introduced the notion of compact sets and its examples. In this lecture, we will discuss about some properties of compact sets. Okay. If a set A is either unbounded or not closed, then the set A must be non-compact. Okay. Next result, if Q1 and K2 are two compact subsets of R, then their union K1 union K2 is also a compact set. Okay. Proof of this result. Okay. To prove K1 union K2 is compact, we use the definition of a compact set. Right. Let script A be a open cover of K1 union K2, right? That means K1 union K2 is a subset of union of A alpha. Alpha belongs to the index set I. Okay. Since Ki is a subset of K1 union K2, so script A is again open cover of Ki, right? Since Ki is compact and script A is open cover of Ki, so there exists N1, N2, Nk belongs to N and M1, M2, ML belongs to N, such that Q1 is subset of union over ANI, where I varies from 1 to K and K2 is subset of union of A Mj, where J varies from 1 to L, right? And this implies is that K1 union K2 is a subset of union of ANI, I varies from 1 to K, union of Amj, J equal to 1 to L, right? So we have seen that script A has a finite subcollection which covers K1 union K2, right? So by definition, K1 union K2 is a compact set. So union of two compact set is a compact set. Okay. One note, using principle of mathematical induction, one can show that union of finitely many compact set is compact. And this follows from property 2 and principle of mathematical induction. Right? Okay. So next question, what about the infinite union of compact sets? So let us consider a set An as collection of all natural numbers 1 from up to n, right? Since An is a finite set, so obviously An is compact, right? Okay. Now we consider a countable union of compact sets. Okay. So this is the countable union of compact sets. Okay. And we know that this union is nothing but set of natural numbers, right? And already we have seen that any unbounded set is non-compact set and set of natural numbers is unbounded set. So obviously this is a non-compact set. Okay. So the conclusion is that the infinite union of compact sets may not be a compact set. Okay. So this is an important example, right? Okay. So next question. If K1 and K2 are two compact sets, okay, then what about the intersection of K1 and K2? Okay, this is a question. Okay. We have already seen that if K1 is compact, then K1 is closed and bounded, and K2 is compact, so K2 is again closed and bounded. So obviously the intersection is closed and bounded, right? So if K1 and K2 is compact, then their intersection is closed and bounded. But the question is whether the intersection is compact or not. Okay. Now we consider one example. We consider the set A, the reciprocal of all natural numbers, right? We have already seen that 0 is a limit point of A, right? And 0 does not belongs to A, right? So this implies is A is not closed, right? That means the set A is not compact. Okay. One exercise, check this set is a non-compact set using the definition of compact set. A is non-compact using the definition. Okay. That means you have to check that A has a open cover which has no finite subcover, and this is an easy exercise. Now we consider a set K as A union singleton set 0, right? So obviously K is a compact set, right? So here K is compact set and A is a non-compact set, and the observation is that A is a subset of K, right? So here we see that subset of a compact set may not be compact. So observation, subset of a compact set may not be compact, right? Okay. So natural question is that which kind of subset of a compact set is compact? Okay. Let K be a compact subset of R and F be a closed subset of K. Okay. Then F is compact. So every closed subset of a compact set is a compact set. Okay. We prove this result using definition of a compact set. Okay. So we prove F is compact. So for that, let us consider a open cover of F. So let script A be a open cover of F, right? So this is K compact set and this is F subset of K, right? Closed subset of K, right? Now we consider the complement of F in R. So this is okay. So these are the complement of F in R, right? Okay. Then obviously the complement of F in R is open. Also it is given that F is a subset of union of A alpha where alpha belongs to I. Okay. So this set F is covered by script A and the complement of F in R is open, right? So obviously K is a subset of union of A alpha union complement of F in R, right? Actually we can write K as F union complement of F in K, right? And F is covered by union of A alpha and complement of F in K is covered by complement of F in R, right? That means the set A alpha union the complement of F in R, this collection is a open cover of K. Okay, right? And since K is compact, so this open cover has a finite subcover. That means there exists alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha K belongs to I such that K is covered by union of A alpha I equal to 1 to small k union complement of F in R, right? Obviously this implies is F is subset of union of A alpha I where I varies from 1 to k, right? So this open cover has a finite subcover, right? So by definition F is compact. Okay. So we have seen here that every closed subset of a compact set is a compact, whereas any other subset of a compact set may not be compact, right? That means compactness is closed hereditary property. Okay. Thank you.